The Russell Historical Society presents the 1915 Great Russell Fire. This photo taken before the fire from the top of the Methodist Church is looking north on Concession Street from the bridge over the Castore River. Mathers Hotel can be seen on the northwest corner of Concession and Mill Street. The commercial hotel is on the southeast corner with its large livery stable on the riverside. This photo looks west on Mill Street from Concession Street during construction to replace the boardwalk with a concrete sidewalk. The Mathers Hotel is on the corner and Tom Kitchen's General Store can be seen in behind. This 1908 fire insurance map indicates buildings with wood cladding in yellow and buildings with brick cladding in red. On June 6, 1915, the fire started around 9 a.m. in Bernard Murray's tinsmith shop at 220 Mill Street. Neighbors quickly organized bucket brigades, but it soon became evident the fire was beyond their control. By 10 a.m., telephone calls for help were sent out to Metcalfe and Ottawa. The fire spread very rapidly to the house next door, to the west, and then the wind changed and the fire spread east toward Concession Street, consuming all the buildings as it went. This photo, looking across the intersection at Mill and Concession Streets, shows Mathers Hotel fully engulfed in flames. The fire quickly spread across Concession Street and started burning every building as it swept north along both sides of the street. The Ottawa Fire Department, in cooperation with the New York Central Railway, responded with truly remarkable speed. A Silsby steam pumper, an Ottawa fire crew, 1,000 feet of hose, and other firefighting equipment were loaded on a railway flat car and rushed to Russell on a special train. A little after 12 noon, the train arrived at the Russell station, where a team of horses was waiting. The pumper was quickly unloaded and rushed to a spot beside the bridge on the Castore River. It already had steam up and was soon in operation with two streams fighting the fire. A detachment of firefighters from Metcalfe responded to the call for help and rendered valuable assistance. By 3:30 p.m., the fire was under control. The next day, people gathered at the corner of Concession and Mill Streets in disbelief at the completely leveled Mathers Hotel. In the one block on the west side of Concession Street, the fire leveled Kitchen's Store, Mathers Hotel and their new garage, Joseph Lascelles' harness shop, the Stevenson Flour and Feed Store, which also housed the Masonic Lodge, the Stevenson Brick Residence and Stables, and Harry Cordell's Bakery. About 25 buildings in the Russell Village core were destroyed, including 13 businesses along both sides of Concession, from Mill north to Main Street. Public buildings burned included the Town Hall, the County Registry Office, and the Russell Public Library. The Ottawa Journal, on the day after the fire, estimated the loss was valued at about $80,000, with about one-third of it covered by insurance. Some buildings had only a few brick walls and chimneys standing after the fire. Two brick walls of the Stevenson house can be seen still standing in this photo. These walls were unsafe and had to be torn down. The registry office had the roof burned. It was built with what was thought to be fireproof walls, double walls of brick with sand in between. It was the only building restored after the fire. Another photo looking up Concession Street shows a hole in the south wall of the registry office through which workers were able to rescue all of the registry documents. This photo was taken behind the Stevenson house looking at the devastation on Castore Street west of Concession. This is the brick shell of the Kenny building at the corner of Main and Concession Streets, which housed a general store of the Bank of Hochelaga. The north wall of the registry office is seen on the left. The wooden building which housed the public library between the two brick buildings was burned to the ground. This building at the northeast corner of Mill and Concession Streets housed the Bank of Ottawa in the front and a feed store in the back. At the time, this was the oldest general store in Russell Township. Less than a week after the fire, Russell Village Council purchased the steam pumper brought out from Ottawa for $850. At that same meeting, the first volunteer fire brigade was formed. Land was purchased beside the Concession Street Bridge and the first fire hall was built. By 1919, pipes and fire hydrants were installed in the village core. The pipes were designed so that when they were not under pressure from the pumper, the water would drain back to the river. The steam pumper remained in service until 1955 when it was condemned. It failed a boiler pressure test. It is interesting to note that although the fire was devastating, there were no fatalities or serious injuries. Out of service, the steam pumper was purchased and displayed at several locations in Ottawa before the Bytown Fire Brigade purchased and restored it. Commemorated on a door of the Fire Hall Museum, the restored pumper that saved Russell was the star of the 100th anniversary parade for the Russell Fire Department on June 6, 2015. We hope this whets your interest in visiting our museum, and we look forward to seeing you here in the future.